Hey y'all, I am back. I put the dog in, and then Bill, that owns the place, came through, and I was chatting with him for a few minutes. And I guess our neighbors over in the back corner, they're going to be here for 2 weeks. He said 15 nights. So, because I was a little curious, because they haven't set up and I told him, I said, I'd like to go over and introduce myself if they're going to be here for a while, because I just do shit like that. So, anyhow, I don't remember where I was. I know I was talking about weight loss journey and anyhow, guys, I guess my whole point to that story, and I'll let you know some of the things I'd been through, is everybody says, oh, you cheated. Oh, you took the easy way. Let me tell you what, I'd rather have a baby every 3 months than to do that again. Oh my God. And those surgeries are no fun. They are no fun. And then you have all the drainage tubes, and you can't eat anything. And, then the first thing they tell you to eat is Wendy's chili because it's full of protein. And try eating that after not eating for a while, It was the hardest thing to recoup from. It wasn't the hardest thing I've ever done, but the recoup time was difficult. But it wasn't the 2 surgeries to remove my stomach and get all that out of there. That wasn't as bad as they call it a panty or a panicular or something when they took the skin off. Let me tell you. They put them drainage tubes, and I had 2 of them in a place you never want drainage tubes. And I'm sure you can figure that out when I tell you it was a bikini cut, and of course a bikini, and then all the way up to my breastbone. But they put the tubes low. Horrible. But the actual going through the 2 weight loss surgeries, yeah, you're sick, you don't feel good, you're sore, you're this. That wasn't the hard part. It was the having the skin done. But, disciplined. You have to be disciplined also to do it. You have to do what you have to do, what they set up to do. Follow the program. It works. Follow it. It was just easier for me because my issue to weight gain wasn't addiction to food. I could take it or leave it. That's all. But yeah, I used to hear that, oh, you took the easy way out. You know how many times I wanted to punch somebody right in the mouth? There was nothing easy about it. It still isn't anything easy about it, because now, even though I can eat what I want, I don't eat a lot because I never know when something's going to make me sick. They have a word for it. It'll come to me. But I get ill. I get real ill for about 15-20 minutes. I just want to cut my own head off. I'm telling you, it's the sick in the stomach. And of course, with no stomach for the diaphragm to push on and give you all that back motion, you want to get sick. You can't get sick because you got nothing in there to help you push it out. Dumping syndrome is what it's called. Dumping syndrome. I will probably have that forever. So I have to be real careful. And sometimes I know when bite 3 or 4 is going to be too much. And then sometimes I don't. So I take real small bites and I eat real slow, because I try to stop myself, whether it's 3 bites, 4 bites, from jumping into that dumping syndrome. That's horrible. So when somebody says you took the easy way or you're cheating, no. This is a lifelong commitment. But I did it for my health. I did it because I like me. I did it because I want to be around for a long time. You don't understand the wear and tear that all that weight does on your body. Now I have residual things going on from that, but I also have a lot of things that are much better, you know. Um, I have my stamina. I have all of that back right now. The knee's slowing me down a little bit, and it's going to slow me down a little more because of cold weather. You know, make me a knee warmer, you know. But yeah, I've slowed down quite a bit, but it's a lot because of the knee. Um, but yeah, it's nice to wake up. It's nice not to have to carry that oxygen around. It's nice not to be hooked up to a CPAP every night just so I make sure I wake up in the morning. You know, it's nice to be able to hop in my car and go and not have everybody, where's she going? What's she doing? Don't let her do that. I'm not that person to begin with, you know? So, yeah, it was just that show this morning. I wanted to cry. It broke my heart. And he had the help there, you know. Dr. Now was going to help him. And he had even put him in the hospital and got him on a good diet and sent him back home to do what he needed to do. And 6 months later, it was 100 pounds more. And But you also have to have that partner or that support person that's going to keep you on track too. My husband would never, ever, everything I've been through, but he knows I'm a fighter anyhow. He would never let me get off track, ever. He'd say, no, babe, it ain't happening. Nope, we're not doing it. Psh, psh. Yeah. But when you have enablers like some of these folks have, it's so hard, especially when you're battling an addiction like that, you know. And I guess I have a hard time with the addiction part of the food because I don't have an addictive personality. I don't drink alcohol. I did in my few partying days in between marriages, you know, but I walked away. You know, it was just a party thing, just to go out and have friends and, you know, do that kind of thing. No drugs. No, my addiction is coffee. You know, and that's what I call it, my addiction. I've cut way back on my coffee, you know, but I'm not that addictive person. It's like both of my sisters were drug addicts. They're both gone now. I could never understand it, you know, and they kept saying, you don't understand. Right, I don't. I understand the addiction once you do it, but I don't understand the reason with all the information out here why you do it. Why? I don't have my sisters now because of the stupid mistakes they made. I don't have my cousin who was my best friend growing up because of his stupid mistakes. I don't have my nephew that belonged to my youngest sister. We lost him at 28 years old because of drugs. The mother of his child not long after that because of drugs. My ex-husband who passed away, God, it's 3 years now. I don't know. It seems like yesterday with him and my oldest sister in the same month. But I think in January it'll be 3 years. He died, even though he was in his 80s, he died of his heart gave out from alcohol poisoning because he was an alcoholic. That's why I didn't stay with him. You know, he might have still been walking around being grouchy by now had he not done that. You know, my mother, well, I won't even talk about that, but her husband, an alcoholic, I could, in one day, I know you're going to tell me it's not possible. In one day, a half a bottle of Jack Daniels and a case of beer. Yeah, day after day after day after day. However, he did finally die from liver disease because I watched him throw up part of his liver one day. I sure did. He ended up in the hospital for it, and I went to visit him. They said, oh, he checked out. I said, what do you mean he checked out? Who came? Well, his daughter came and got him. That was my youngest sister, one of the drug addicts, you know, not knowing. You don't do that. You just don't do that, you know. Yeah, she took him shopping for something, and then she took him to get alcohol. I don't get it, folks. You know, I'm not the perfect person in the world. I got a potty mouth, but you know what? I want to live. I'm not going to do things to destroy my life and destroy other people in the process, you know? I don't know. But again, back to the whole food thing. I get the addiction. I don't know how you get there, though. I just don't know how you get there. I don't care what comes at you in life. You figure it out. Because what? Turning to alcohol and drugs, that's going to fix it? Yeah, it's going to fix it really good, you know? Yeah, I'm passionate about a few things. There's a few things I'm real passionate about. And that's alcoholism, drug addiction, and cheating spouses. My passion on that can just go in all directions on that one because, yeah, I'm not down with any of that. So, well, anyhow, guys, this is probably going to be a 30-minute long video if you watched it this far through. I'm going to hop off of here. I'm going to turn something on YouTube and support somebody else and watch them for a while, which I do all day long. I do YouTube that way. I'm supporting people and, you know, just like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. It don't cost me a thing and it keeps them going. Makes me happy. Anyhow, I'm going to start on this wreath and I'll come back and show you, like when I get it wrapped with the green and the white the way I like it, I'll come back and show you in little parts. Then we'll put them all together in one video. So, all right, guys, I love you. Thank you for stopping. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being here. Thank you for everything. This, you don't know, you don't get what joy I get out of this. It gives me something to do and I can share things with people and, you know, I interact as best I can because, you know, life just gets in the way, and I'm going to eat up every minute of life I got left, guys. All right, I love y'all. Thank you for stopping. Push my buttons, please, 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 and I'll be back. All right, guys, do something for you. Don't forget, do something for you. All right, guys, I'll be back in a bit.